Hello, and welcome to my comic of the week, which isn't actually a comic that came out this week because comics haven't come out yet. This week we have The Pit and the Pendulum by Edgar Allan. Well, Edgar Allan Poe's The Pit and the Pendulum and Other Stories. There you go. And this is a Eternity comic, which was an indie press back in the late 80s and 90s. They had their own little line of comics, and they did War of the Worlds, which I have a few issues of. I don't think I collected that, but I maybe got it free from my comic shop back in the day. And but yeah, I got this at a comic book convention. Where I actually, that was like 10, maybe 15 years ago. And I had a pretty good haul, but I just was not ready to leave yet. And I was just walking around looking for anything, nothing in particular. And that's just caught my eye. It's a catchy cover. I mean, how couldn't it? And I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan. So, and it was only $1, if I remember correctly. So I grabbed this on my way out the door. Yeah, but this has 3 stories in it. Of course, The Pit and the Pendulum being, well, the middle story, but I guess the selling story. The first story they use is Berenice. And these are all, like, adaptations of Edgar Allan Poe short stories. I mean, very light adaptations, because he liked to write in great detail. And the art, while amazing in this book, I mean, my God. Look at that. The art, while amazing, this book it doesn't quite live up to the words of Edgar Allan Poe. But Berenice is a good one, and that's about a crazy man. He has a monomania, which now we would call it obsessive compulsive disorder. And he just fixates on things, and his fiancée gets a disease, and she deteriorates and becomes fixated on her teeth. And after she dies, he digs her up and pulls her teeth out of her head and keeps them in a box with him. And that's, yeah. I wanted to see, that's the box with her teeth in it. He drops them. He blacked out. He didn't remember, but that was cool. Yeah, I really love the art. This isn't the best second one. This is just a Talking Heads issue. But the teeth are awesome. It might be the best. Might be my favorite drawing in the book. But we get away from Berenice. I mean, for all these years I thought it was Bernice until I looked at this. I don't know why. And old comic ads. The Twilight Avenger. Cool. And back issues. That's cool. I love comics. Sorry. And we have The Pit, the title story, The Pit and the Pendulum, one of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous tales. It takes place during the Spanish Inquisition. A man is being tortured to the point of, well, the goal being to execute him. He survives all 3 attempts to take his life. The first, he's in a room with a giant pit, hence The Pit in the title. And he trips and falls before he actually walks into holes. He's in a dark room, and he can't see. And then, but they drug his water. He passes out and wakes up. Now he's strapped to a table. And this was my least favorite story in this book. Still, I love the art, but The Pit and the Pendulum is very suspenseful, and they killed the suspense. In the story, he saturates the ropes in like the juice from the meat in a bowl in the room, and the rats chew through it. Here they just arbitrarily chew through it for no reason whatsoever. But cool stuff. But he escapes that by getting the ropes to chew through the rats before the pendulum, hence the second half of the title, The Pit and the Pendulum, drops down and cuts him in half. But, and then the walls, that's it. And then the walls begin to close in, and they're heated. So he's either going to be burned by the walls or pushed into the hole that's in the middle of the floor. But before he does, I can't remember. I don't know the French army. Yeah, they saved him. He was a soldier, and he gets rescued. And then more old school ads, crime classics, and Kiku-san. I don't know that, but it looks super 80s. And the Argonauts. That looks cool. I mean, looking at these ads, this looks, I mean, I don't know how good it was. I like that cover. But then we get the last story, and my favorite in this. I think The Pit and the Pendulum may be my favorite, but this is a close second. I don't know. The Descent into the Maelstrom, which is, you know, an old man. Can I get my fingers in there? An old man is regaling a story about his time at sea and you know, where he survives the maelstrom, and of course the guy telling the story doesn't believe him. It's preposterous. He's like, I don't think he even believes it exists, and he certainly doesn't believe that someone could survive a gigantic whirlpool that swallows ships whole in the middle of the ocean by floating on a barrel, which is what he did to survive. But the catch, the Maelstrom. I love the art in this comic, which is why it's my comic of the week. And I'm playing, but there's a gotcha at the end where, you know, the whole comic think he's some old man telling something about the old times, and then, can I read this? You look at me now as an old white-haired man. What is it? Let me see. My hair has been that way since that day. I was in the Maelstrom. It was raven black 2 years ago. I was 23 years old 2 years ago. That's the, yeah, because it was such a horrifying experience. It whitened his hair and aged him. But he goes into great detail about surviving it, more so in the actual Edgar Allan Poe story than this comic. But there you have it. This is the comic of the week. And this is a good one. Well, they're all going to be. That's why they're comic of the week. Dinosaurs for hire. They're hot. They're sexy. They're lizards. That's weird. And we got a letter. Ninja High School goes monthly. What, I never heard of Ninja High School? What's this one called? Oh, Robotech 2. I have a couple, like a issue of Robotech. I guess, yeah, I have a few Eternity comics. Cool little package. It has the old print out paper. But, man, it holds up. This thing's from the late 80s. Yeah, this is 88. Still in pretty good condition. Not worth anything, but I liked it. And that, my friends, is my comic of the week.